Coming up on NT Daily News, we give you the latest on how the FBI caught the Austin bomber.
We also warn you about a telephone scam that could cost you thousands.
And the North Texas basketball team is in the final of the College Basketball Invitationals.
From the Mayborn School of Journalism at the University of North Texas, this is NT Daily News.
We're still learning more about the man investigators say set off several bombs in the Austin area. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Gogol.
And I'm Francisco Ramos. Surveillance footage of the suspect delivering a package to FedEx while wearing pink gloves led to a break in the investigation. CNN's Randy Kay has the latest.
Before dawn in Round Rock, Texas, about 20 miles outside Austin, authorities are closing in. This is where the string of bombings began, and soon this is where it will end. Investigators are working on a tip they'd received about a person who, by now, had officially become a suspect.
We ultimately located the vehicle that this suspect was known to be driving. We found that at a hotel right up the road here in Round Rock.
Law enforcement surrounds the hotel while they wait for backup from ballistics and tactical units. They don't contact the suspect, but suddenly around 4 a.m., he drives away, though it's unclear if he'd noticed he was being watched. Police follow him. His car goes into a ditch.
The vehicle ended up stopping in the bar ditch on the side of the road behind us.
At about 4:45 a.m., a showdown is underway.
As members of the Austin Police Department SWAT team approached the vehicle, the suspect detonated a bomb inside the vehicle.
A bomb inside his own vehicle, taking his life. During the confrontation with the suspect, a SWAT officer was knocked back from the blast, and another fired on the suspect. By 6 a.m., the official announcement, the suspect is dead. Authorities later identify the suspect as Mark Anthony Condit, a 23-year-old white male from Pflugerville, Texas, just outside Austin. They believe he's responsible for all the bombings in the area since March 2nd. Still, whatever motivated the suspect to terrorize his community is still a mystery.
That's the one thing we don't have right now, is a motive behind this.
Police are trying to figure out if he was working alone, interviewing his family and roommates. The suspect was homeschooled and briefly attended Austin Community College, but did not graduate. His grandmother described him to CNN as very quiet, low-key, and peaceful. On his record, a single traffic violation. Nothing that ever would have indicated something as terrifying as this. Randy Kay, CNN, New York.
The FBI found out that the gloves worn in the FedEx footage are only sold at Home Depot stores. With that knowledge, they found surveillance footage of the attacker buying pink gloves and 5 slow children at play signs, the same sign that tripwire bomb was tied to.
Julian Mason was the second victim of the package bombings in Austin and passed away. Mason was a bright musician who was accepted into the renowned program at the University of North Texas. His musical professors recalled the Austin musician as an ambitious young man. He wanted to be an orchestral musician, but he also had an interest in the medical field, hoping to be a neurosurgeon down the road. Mason was a 17-year-old senior attending East Austin College Prep, who was also a member of the Austin Youth Orchestra. He would have begun his studies at UNT in the fall. 3 package bombs were left on victims' front porches or in their yards over the course of 10 days.
In the aftermath of the Austin bombings, shipping companies such as FedEx and UPS remain on the lookout for possible suspicious packages. NT Daily's Erin Carroll found out how shipping employees keep package shipments safe.
The suspect behind the Austin bombings might be dead, but police have warned he might have sent more package bombs that have not yet been intercepted. Shipping companies across Texas remain on the lookout for suspicious packages. I had FedEx employee Cooper Thanis show me what he is trained to look for when handling packages.
One thing that we look for is to make sure that it has the perfect label on it, make sure it's FedEx quality and it's not handwritten. We also make sure that our packages look like they come from a reputable source, like Amazon, Walmart, whatever. So you just always have to be on the lookout for the label, a good looking package, and then always you want to check the sides to make sure nothing is coming out like wires or metal.
Thanish says FedEx policy is to immediately report packages with funny smell, visible metal or wires, or no label. When it comes to keeping people safe, he says you can never be too careful.
Scammers in Denton are successfully tricking people into giving them thousands of dollars. Police warn Denton residents an individual is calling mostly elderly people, posing as a Denton police officer asking for bond money. According to the police, the scammers are tricking people into purchasing multiple iTunes gift cards and then having them share the card number over the phone.
One occurred a couple of days ago. We had a 63-year-old gentleman who was contacted by someone representing themselves as one of our investigators. Basically, the suspect told him that there was a warrant for his arrest, and if he didn't pay for the fines immediately, then he would be arrested. The gentleman agreed to do so. He spent close to $7,000 on the gift cards.
Investigators are currently looking into who is behind these scams. Police want people to understand the city does not do business this way and to avoid callers who are trying to get you to pay them money over the phone.
Texas might be joining the other 20-plus states who allow liquor in grocery stores. NT Daily's Joe Valdez is live in Denton at the Liquor Outpost.
A federal judge said the Texas law banning liquor in grocery stores was unconstitutional. Big chains like Walmart already sell hard liquor in other states, but this ongoing case is being appealed by the Texas Package Store Association. This is because these stores will be able to buy more alcohol than smaller stores can. At the Liquor Outpost in Denton, Manager Chris Stewart says he's against the ruling because the other stores can buy more and make more money.
Like I can only, I buy one at a time. They'll have the power and the money to buy 10,000 cases, get a much cheaper price, and be able to sell it much cheaper.
Stewart says smaller stores don't sell anything else, and it's hard to compete with chains who sell other goods. This case is ongoing, with the Texas Package Store Association promising to appeal the ruling. Joe Valdez, NT Daily News.
The March for Our Lives rally is coming to the Denton County Courthouse this weekend. It will meet at 4 p.m. on Saturday at the Denton County Courthouse on the square. The rally calls for gun safeties in schools. The Parkland, Florida school shooting last month led survivors of the shooting to march to Washington, D.C., and now cities across the country are holding their own marches and rallies in solidarity.
I'm 17 years old. I'm transgender. I'm a runaway. I'm nearly homeless. I don't have enough money for food. I don't have enough money to pay internet. And being killed in a mass shooting should not be a legitimate concern for me, nor should it be for any of my classmates.
There's a Denton March for Our Lives Facebook page where you can find more information about the event if you're interested.
Helping those in need started as a hobby for one North Texas woman. Now it's her full-time job Thursdays through Mondays. It's before sunrise in Dallas. Local warehouses are getting ready to send out their daily deliveries. While everyone sleeps on a Saturday morning, you see Danae Gutierrez at a local fresh produce warehouse in the middle of a craze.
We partner up with produce wholesale providers, so warehouses, and we get the produce that they're not able to sell to the grocery stores, and we deliver it to different institutions like churches or community groups so that they can provide fresh produce to their communities.
Once the food is loaded onto the truck, it heads over to its destination, where it is later sorted out by community members and Harvest Project volunteers. It is given out to those who need it.
In Ferguson Road, our East Dallas community is a food desert. There is not much here to where you can get fresh food, especially. There's mostly gas stations and things like that where children, elderly have to get things like chips and sodas and something inexpensive to eat. But here, by offering this type of food, it has been a tremendous help to our community.
This has been the closest Danae has been to achieving her dream of being a lawyer.
I wanted to be a lawyer. We were not here legally. If you wanted to go to college, you would have to spend like 3 times the normal amount because you have to pay out of country tuition, and it was really expensive, so I couldn't afford it.
She is one of 800,000 dreamers in the country whose future is in limbo due to the uncertainty of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA program under President Trump's administration.
I'm a DACA recipient right now. I'm documented because I couldn't fulfill my full potential, and I couldn't do a lot of the things that I wanted to do.
Danae fears that one day she is going to load her last pallet, her last truck worth of produce, a final chance to give back to a country that has given so much to her.
We're still not secured, and this is my country. I grew up here. You know, I feel like I'm part of this country, like I'm an American. It's still scary knowing that now they know we're here. We came out into the light and we said, hey, we're here. We want to do things right. But they can potentially send me back to Mexico, which, you know, it's a wonderful country, but it's a country I don't know.
Volunteers for the Harvest Project are always needed. If you would like to volunteer, you can sign up on their website at harvestproject.co.
Then you don't feel safe. Stay tuned and find out why students at the University of North Texas want more lights.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where the cats go on vacation? New York.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
If you take a night class on campus, parking can be the scariest part of your day. How does UNT stack up when it comes to showing students the light?
UNT is a beautiful campus, but when the sun goes down, it's also a dark one. For women students, this can be a very scary reality. Do you think UNT has proper lighting in public areas?
I think definitely could be a lot better, but they do have some. It's not pitch dark, but there should be a lot more.
One of the major areas of concern on campus are parking lots. While most students utilize them during the day, students that live on campus or take night classes can find themselves alone in the dark.
I would say that lighting is the #1 deterrent for crimes at nighttime, yes. Recently, the facilities has released that they plan to up what's called the foot candle, so basically increasing the lighting for the areas.
Foot candling is how public institutions measure lighting. While there's a lot of math and science involved in calculating foot candling, the best metric is this: light a candle, stand a foot away. That's how well lit the entire campus should be. Many UNT parking lots fail the candle test.
I wouldn't park at the Fouts parking lot because it is a lot farther away from where I stay on campus, and it's a longer walk. It's not as well lit to and from.
Studies show that lighting is one of the most effective ways of keeping students safe on campus. UNT is number 6 in the state when it comes to safety, behind TWU. In 2016, the university reported 600 safety-related incidents. Almost 3% of overall crime was related to violence against women, which is above the national average.
Some of the things that maybe we could work on a little bit might be just getting the message out a little bit better about some tips and things like that. Like, we do our best. We try to do flyers and social media and things along those lines.
While UNT has services available, such as the on-campus police call boxes and the e-shuttle service, the reality of women on campus after dark is a pressing one for students. The best way to avoid danger is to be aware of your surroundings and to not be alone in any dark areas.
Studies have shown alone just being aware of a danger and being able to avoid the danger is enough to protect yourself.
Don't go by yourself, travel in pairs or in triplets. Tell people where you're going. Don't just leave for hours on end without anyone knowing where you are.
I contacted facilities for a comment about this story and about their plans for on-campus lighting. They did not respond.
UNT announced it has hired a new chief financial officer. Gary Raffles will be in charge of finances throughout all the UNT systems, including UNT Dallas and the UNT Health Sciences Center in Fort Worth. Raffles was the former VP of Finance at PepsiCo and Vice President of Sales Finance for Frito-Lay's U.S. South Division. He said, quote, "After nearly 3 decades working in the corporate sector, I am excited for the opportunity to serve the University of North Texas system." He will handle a $1 billion budget over all UNT systems. Raffles will start Monday with assistance of interim VP Bob Brown until the end of the day. After losing 2 key players to professional contracts, the North Texas men's basketball team was chosen for the College Basketball Invitational. The CBI is a little-known tournament which schools who are invited have to pay $50,000 to compete. Led by Ryan Wooldridge and Roosevelt Smart, the Mean Greens are on a dominant run, winning each of their games thus far by 22, 29, and 13 points. They have paved way into the tournament final. Unlike other tournaments, the CBI plays their final as a 3-game series. Tonight, the Campbell Fighting Camels and the San Francisco Dons face off for the final spot in the final.
Up next, we tell you which county was named the healthiest in the state.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Two North Texas counties are at the top of the list for the healthiest in the state. NT Daily's Kennedy Huff tells us why Denton tops the list.
Denton County is the healthiest in Texas according to a study by the University of Wisconsin Population Health Institute. It ranked #1 overall for health outcomes compared to other counties in the state. Health outcomes are determined by premature deaths. People that die before the age of 75 fall under this category. Denton County averaged 4,200 premature deaths compared to Duval County, the worst, which averaged almost 15,000 premature deaths. Data suggests Denton County has the highest quality of life statewide and a high percentage for access to exercise opportunities. UNT Pole Recreational Center employee Marcus Voltaire was not surprised by this information.
People are more interactive in Denton, so it makes you not want to just stay inside. It makes you want to go and communicate and interact with more people.
Voltaire says he always sees people in Denton active and outside rather than inside on technology. He thinks that's a great thing.
U.S. Preventive Services Task Force now recommends skin cancer prevention to start as early as 6 months old. CNN's Reed's Binion reports.
Before a baby learns to walk, they should get used to never leaving the house without sunscreen. That's according to new recommendations from the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force, an independent panel of experts. It updated previous guidelines from 2012 that suggested skin cancer prevention and education begin at age 10. Now it says it should begin when a child is 6 months old. Doctors are now encouraged to suggest babies start using sunscreen and wear protective clothing when going outdoors. The task force says children and teens exposed to the sun's harmful UV rays are at greater risk for developing skin cancer as adults. The guidelines are especially critical for people under the age of 24 who have fair skin, freckles, and a family history of skin cancer. People who use tanning beds or burn easily are also at higher risk for the disease. The new recommendations were based on a review of 21 studies focusing on preventing skin cancer. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
The classic Super Smash Bros. Game has never and probably will never go away. The Freaks and Geeks Club at UNT is holding a Super Smash Bros. Tournament Thursday night. The singles tournament will start at 7, and the teams tournament will start at 8. A field of 32 individuals and 16 teams will take to the sticks and battle. Esports is sweeping the nation as the world's top players can make millions playing games. Come see UNT's finest at the Media Library in Chilton Hall.
And then there's Megan Cannoli.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Cost of family time activities getting you down?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org to find out which park or forest is closest to your family.
Acorns are not real currency, but that's okay because parks or forests are either free or super affordable. It's a truly economical way for the whole family to enjoy each other's company and bond beyond the confines of concrete buildings and rush hour.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
The city of Denton will be celebrating Easter all next week with events catering to children of all age groups. On Saturday, you can have breakfast with the Easter Bunny at the MLK Junior Rec Center. Youth ages 11 to 16 are welcome to the Teen Twilight Egg Hunt on March 29th at Denia Rec Center. And the Extravaganza and Easter Egg Hunt will be at the Civic Center on March 31st for children up to the 5th grade.
Hey, you!
Yeah, you! Getting that college ed.
We will have carnival games, inflatables, we'll have a magician here, face painting, and our egg hunt will start right at 11:30 p.m. We have over 30,000 eggs.
Everyone is invited to celebrate Easter with the city this year.
Denton firefighters are stationed at the busiest intersection in town Wednesday through Friday to collect donations for the annual Fill in the Boot campaign, which benefits Muscular Dystrophy Association. The money helps the association care for the kids and adults who suffer from muscle debilitating diseases. The group as of today serves more than 100,000 people nationwide and 330 Denton County residents. Since 2012, Denton firefighters have raised almost $425,000 for the association.
One woman's blood-curdling screams on a theme park thrill ride were matched only by her friend's laughter. CNN's Jeremy Roth has the story.
A woman's reaction to an amusement park ride in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina has gone viral, and you'll see why in just a moment. From the start, you can tell Megan Connolly is not happy about this. She and fellow Florida State soccer player Dallas Dorsey are about to ride the Slingshot. By the way, this is the Slingshot. To be fair, Connolly keeps her cool for a while, but she loses it in 3, 2, 1. Cool, lost. Dorsey can't help but laugh at her friend's freak out, and she's not alone. Video of the hilarious thrill ride has been shared all over social media. Oh, and spoiler alert, Megan survived. Cool, lost. Cool, lost.
I'm not sure about you, but I'm scared of heights, so.
I wouldn't ride that ride either. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time for NT Daily News.